Again, thank you for having me tonight. My name is Yolonda Dorch, and I am the owner, operator of Empire Risk Solutions Insurance Agency, where we write home, auto, business, specialty lines, truckers insurance, and motorcycle. And we are currently working on obtaining our life insurance license as well. Before I get started with the presentation, I just want to share a quick testimony with you guys. Okay, I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I've worked in corporate for over 20 years. Fortunately, I woke up one morning, and with the grace of God, within the grace of God, I went to work, and I said to myself, if I could take what I've learned in corporate, all the knowledge and experience that I learned in corporate, and I apply it to my own business, I can have a successful business. So I prayed about it, I fasted about it, I took the ultimate leap of faith, and now I stand before you as the president of Empire Risk Solutions Insurance Agency. Thank you. So congratulations to those who have their own business. And for those who are contemplating on opening their own business, congratulations as well. Once you have established your business, you will need business insurance to protect your business. By obtaining business insurance, ultimately protect your business from occurrences that may happen to you that can put a financial strain on your business. So I just need to, can I share my screen? 1 second.
It was there for a moment.
Move this over. I'll go to here. Go to
right there.
All right. Could you guys see my screen? Are you able
There we
to
go.
see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a little summary about me. I have 13 years in the business. I have a bachelor's in accounting. I took the leap of faith. You can actually see a picture of my business, Empire Risk Solutions. We're located in Newark, New Jersey. We have professional agents that are ready to assist you in your business. My business card is there, and our slogan is, we are in business to save you money. So, 1 second, go to the next slide. Okay, all right, now, so let's get started. The type of liability insurance you will need depends on the type of business you're running and the services that you provide. For example, an accountant will need a different type of insurance from a contractor. It depends on the type of services that you provide and the business type. Most businesses start off with general liability insurance. General liability is the base of business insurance. If you have a turnkey business with a dwelling, you would definitely need to start off with general liability. So okay, so as you see on the screen, that's general liability. General liability have sub-limits, which are bodily injury, property damage, personal advertising, medical payments, product complete, and damages to premises rented to you. So general liability is also known as commercial insurance. It is essential coverage for various claims. So let's start off with bodily injury. As you see in the video, the guy is carrying groceries. He slips and falls. This subtitle goes under general liability for bodily injury. For example, if someone slipped and fall in your establishment and was hurt due to your business negligence, it would go under your bodily injury. So bodily injury pays for medical costs for someone that is injured in a business establishment. The next subtitle is property damage. Property damage is if another party property was damaged by you or your employee. So as you see in the video, the guy actually dropped someone's chandelier. Typically, that will be a claim, and that will be covered under the general liability subtitle of property damage. Okay, so the next subtitle is personal advertisement injury. This is what I call a no-no. If your business publishes an ad and discredited another business, this could damage their reputation, and this company may lose business and finance. So this one example is if I, as an insurance agent, posted an ad discrediting another agency saying that their customer service is terrible or if their rates are high. If that business filed a claim, that will go under my general liability subtitle, personal advertisement injury. Medical payments. Medical payments are included in general liability policy and pays for not some, but all necessary and reasonable medical costs of the injured party. So that is medical payment. Product complete in operation. This is another subtitle under general liability that protects you from financial damages if your product complete services injures another party. And in the video here, you see that the young lady has a product in her hand that overheated and damaged her hair. If she was to file a claim, that would go under general liability under product complete operation. It's basically when your business product harms or injure another customer. Another example is if I was to go into someone's establishment, if I was a smoker and I smoked a cigar. If the cigar is bad, that will be covered, and I was to become ill, that will be covered under the product complete operation. Damages to premises rented to you. This is another class that goes under the general liability. It is another subtitle claim that is damages for fire damages your business has caused to premises rented to you. So as you see in the video, the guy is damaging someone's property, and that will be covered under the damages to premises rented to you. Damages to premises rented to you are damages your business caused to a product rented to you. Any questions at this time regarding general liability insurance? If you have any questions, okay, sure.
Yeah, this is Rob. I'm just curious as to what do you think about this whole thing with Fox News and Trump? Because that's that personal, that's a perfect example of that, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It can explode. It can be huge. It can be huge.
So the lawyers that they have on each side isn't really going to help that issue, right? They actually going to go forward with that case.
It looks like they are. When I saw the news this morning, it looks like they are going to go forward with the case, and he may be indicted. Yep. So is there any more questions? No. Okay, moving forward. Commercial property insurance. Commercial property insurance is a type of insurance policy that usually covers damages to structure or property, damages from a storm, a fire, explosion, or theft. So as you see in the screen, I indicated the different items that are covered under commercial property damage. So if you have a commercial business and your business was to have a fire, this would be caused under your commercial property. Any losses will be covered due to the fire, storm, explosion, theft, or vandalism. Any questions regarding commercial property? Okay. Business interruption insurance. Business interruption insurance is one of my favorite types of insurance. If your property is damaged and you need to be repaired, an example, if a fire and your business was unable to open to do the repairs, business interruption insurance can help cover financial losses. It can help cover your employee payroll taxes, your operation expenses, debt repayment, and sometimes the cost to relocate. So business interruption insurance covers, again, your operating expenses, your payroll, and your debt repayment. I highly recommend you to have business interruption insurance if you own a business. I currently have it for mine. Professional liability insurance, and we all pretty familiar with this one. It protects you if you're running a business where you offer professional services. Like myself, I'm an insurance agent, a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, an architect. You will need to carry professional liability, also known as error and omissions. For example, if you were a doctor, as you see the screen, there's a little article of a doctor. If a doctor was scheduled to remove a kidney on the left side and mistakenly remove the kidney on the right side, this will be covered under your professional liability. Professional liability can also protect you and your business if you're accused of negligence, missed deadlines, undelivered services, or any type of breach. So that's professional liability. Doctors and other professionals are often required to carry a specialized type of professional liability called malpractice insurance. So that would be, all that goes under the underlying professional liability coverage. Business owner policy. We call this type of insurance BOP policy. The BOP policy would usually combine the general liability, property insurance, professional liability, and business interruption. So all those coverages, instead of purchasing them on a monoline basis, you can actually buy it as a package. This is the package that I have for my business, business owner policy. Business owner policy can be more affordable way to do for small businesses. So you may purchase general liability and then purchase workers' comp and pay more than if you just had everything packaged in one deal under the BOP policy. So it is typically cheaper to purchase business insurance as a bundle than purchasing it on a monoline basis. Okay, any questions regarding business owner policy? Am I going too fast? Okay. Workman's compensation. It covers employees if they were hurt during business hours. Legally required in most states to obtain workers' comp insurance. So workers' comp insurance is a required insurance. If you are running a business and you have employees, you must obtain workers' comp insurance. Workers' comp insurance protect you and your employees if they are injured or become ill at work. This insurance can cover an employee medical expenses and lost wages. If an employee agrees to accept workers' comp as part of their hiring package, they are usually waiving their right to sue. So if you have an employee that's working for you and they were hurt, that incident will have to go under workers' comp because they are your employee. Workers' comp may be cheaper if the owner excludes themselves from the insurance. Most business owners choose to be excluded from workers' comp as the owner of the business is not going to sue himself if he was hurt on a job. So most owners do exclude themselves if they have workers' comp because it's actually cheaper. An example of workers' comp is if I was working at a beauty parlor and I had a blow dryer and I was a beautician, but I didn't own the business and the blow dryer actually blew up, that will be covered under my workers' comp insurance, which will cover my medical bills and my income loss.
So can I ask, in this case, is this kind of like you have different options of what levels you want to pick? Like, if you're not 100%, you pay a certain amount. If you pay for, 50%, but you pay a deductible, you get a lower rate. Does that follow those same things?
When you have workers' comp insurance?
Yes.
Workers' comp insurance will be paid by the employee, the employer. And if you have a choice, you can waive the workers' comp or you can take the workers' comp.
The employee has a choice of whether they want to take it or not.
The employee have a choice, but when they initially gets the job, they have to fill out a form, and if they choose to waive it, workers' comp, then if they were hurt, they would sue under general liability.
Okay, but if I'm the owner, I have an employee, I'm required to have workers' comp. When they get hired, they make a choice of whether they want to accept it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But like in the case of like healthcare, you have, you can get your, every coverage that's optional, for one lump sum, or you could have a lower premium and then have a deductible. I was wondering,
But that doesn't apply to workers' comp. It's a different type of insurance from healthcare. Healthcare is a different type from property and casualty. Workers' comp will be at the discretion of the employer. So
I have insurance, workers' comp insurance for somebody. Mm-hmm. They get hurt. I have to pay their bills.
Yes,
like whatever
under your workers' comp insurance, not personally you, it would go under your workers' comp insurance, which is a required insurance from the state of New Jersey.
Okay.
And most employers have workers' comp, should have workers' compensation.
Right. Well, you said if they have an employee, it's required, right?
It's required if they have an employee in most cases, yes.
And I guess I was just thinking in terms of say when you're looking to get that insurance, do you have the employer who's getting the insurance for the employees? Do they have options of what they can choose when it comes to the coverage? Right? No. Can they say, I'm only covering you up until, or the insurance will cover you up until a certain amount, and then I have to pay the rest out of my pocket, and therefore I save monthly on the insurance?
The workers' comp is paid by the employer. The employee has nothing to do with the workers' comp. The employer holds the workers' compensation insurance for the employees. And it's based on payroll.
Okay, I guess I'm not sure if I'm asking it properly. I guess I'm trying to say, are there options for the employer when it comes to
How much time?
purchasing, like how much insurance they get? Is it just workers' comp is just one flat fee?
No, it's an optional coverage. If you mean dollar amount,
Yes, yes.
there's optional coverages based on the amount of employees you have.
Okay,
So you can get up to $1 million in workers' compensation per employee.
okay,
So there's different coverages. Yes, there is coverage wise. Yes.
okay. That's what I was trying to
Oh, okay.
understand.
The dollar amount coverage. Yes. All insurance have different dollar amount. There's no required amount.
Okay, you're required to have insurance, but
You
it
have to
doesn't,
have insurance, right?
but not the specific amount.
Not a
Okay.
specific amount. The amount that's allowed by that company. So it can range. Okay.
Okay, yep.
Right. Any more questions? Okay. Commercial umbrella. Commercial umbrella is a type of insurance that umbrellas general liability. So if you have general liability, your commercial umbrella covers it. For example, commercial umbrella covers your underlying general liability coverage if additional coverages were needed. So sometimes it can be more affordable for small business to purchase umbrella policy instead of upping your limits. For example, if the policy limits on your general liability are exhausted, the umbrella insurance can step in to cover whatever the remaining is. For example, if you have $1 million in general liability and you were being sued and the case was settled for $2 million, your commercial umbrella policy will kick in and cover the additional $1 million for your policy. If you have $1 million in general liability and the insurance claim is awarded $2 million, the commercial umbrella policy will step in. So I would highly recommend commercial umbrella insurance as well, because it acts as an umbrella of protection if you don't have enough coverage, and it is affordable, it's not expensive. So any questions at this time regarding commercial umbrella insurance? Okay. Commercial auto insurance. As you see in the screen, there's 2 trucks that's involving an accident. Commercial auto insurance covers bodily injury, property damage, and auto physical damage if you are involved in an accident during business hours. You should purchase commercial auto insurance if the vehicle is part of your business, if you do deliveries, you make house calls, if you use a car, truck, etc. For business purposes, in this case, you need commercial insurance. If you get into an accident while doing business-related work, your personal car insurance may not cover your accident. So you must have commercial auto insurance. And if you are working and running errands during the day for your business, you should.
So,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just curious if I understood you said, if you have commercial auto insurance, that will also cover you even if you have a car that's your personal car?
Not your personal car. It will only cover you for your business.
Okay.
If you have, it will not cover your personal endeavors. It will only cover you if you doing work hours for your business. So if you were operating business, that will be covered under your commercial auto. If you have a personal auto and you conducting commercial business, you may lose money and it will not be covered. You could lose thousands of dollars for repairs and damages to your vehicle and be held personally liable and responsible for injuries or damages to another person if you are driving a personal vehicle conducting commercial business.
Okay.
Okay, during this day and age, scamming is a big business. Cyber liability insurance. There are many computer hackers out there thirsty to get your employees, get your clients' personal information from your hardware. Obtain cyber liability insurance can protect your business. Cyber liability insurance provides businesses with combination of coverage options to help protect the company from data breaches and other cybersecurity issues. If your business is affected by a data breach, a customer information was accessed or stolen, cyber liability can notify the impact individual, provide them with credit monitoring, and take care of the cost, the covered costs of informing the public that this occurred. So cyber liability insurance will notify your clients of the breach, provide credit monitoring, and cover the costs to inform the public of the occurrence. Anyone who stores customers' information electronically needs to obtain this type of insurance. For example, if I'm aware that my business have a data breach, my due diligence is to contact my clients and kindly inform them of the situation. Cyber liability insurance will handle any claim that arise. So is there any questions on cyber liability? Okay, moving along. Product liability insurance. Product liability insurance is if you are a manufacturer or sell any type of product, you can be held liable if that product injures someone, damages their property, or makes them sick. Product liability insurance can help cover all the costs associated with medical costs, replacement of the purchased product, and even legal fees, and settle costs if your business is sued. That is product liability insurance. Any questions on product liability insurance?
How do you figure out how much you need?
For insurance is based on your business type. For my business, I'm a small business, and my insurance is, I have up from 1 million to 2 million in general liability coverage. So most businesses, especially if they're a small business, will only need 1 million over 2 million in coverage as far as general liability. For product liability, it's the same as well, about $1 million at least, and an umbrella policy to cover if a claim was to be in excess of a settlement.
Okay. All right. So I guess if you manufacture products and you need product liability and it's a
right
expensive product, and there's a lot of potential, like and it could
you can itemize the products for the value of each product, and that will determine how much insurance you'll be comfortable with.
Okay. And how
And
much
if I could follow up on that, because it sounds to me like Andrew's talking about hardware, but what about from a software perspective? Like, for instance, I'm writing software and I need, it's a product, right? But it's software based. How do I determine how much insurance I may need?
A lot of it is based on your company, like the assets and how much the value of the product. If a claim arises about how much the claim, you have to do an estimate, and some whoever's writing the insurance can determine how much insurance you need based on the information you give them.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, that helps.
All right. Okay, so there are other types of insurance to consider, and I'm going to read through. It's always better to think smarter when it comes to insurance. So these are some other type of insurances that business will benefit your business. Employee practice liability insurance, which covers your business owner if they are accused for discrimination, wrongful termination, or harassment. That will be covered under employee practice liability insurance. Number 2, key person insurance. Is there one person, maybe you, that is the key to your operation? Will things completely stall if this person is unable to work? A key person insurance coverage can help cover any associated monetary losses for a certain time until that person returns to work or is replaced. That is key person insurance. Any questions regarding key person insurance? Okay. Directors and officers. The directors and officers often handle the financial management of a company. They take strategic risks for the growth of the business. If the choices they make can negatively impact your business, you may need directors and officers insurance. So I would highly recommend that insurance as well if you do have directors and officers, because they make sound decisions for your business, which could negatively impact your business as well and cause a lawsuit if they make a bad decision. That's directors and officers. Commercial crime insurance. Commercial crime insurance protects your business from theft. Theft by a person or by an employee. So that could help you for theft. Commercial crime insurance. Equipment breakdown. Equipment breakdown covers your business for any type of breakdown on equipment that you need for your business due to a power surge. Due to a power surge, or if it just simply breaks down. You have to have equipment breakdown coverage for any type of furnace in your business, any machines you use, any type of equipment will be covered under your equipment breakdown. So, question, if I'm a home-based business, do I need insurance? Absolutely. If you may not have to have a physical location to need insurance. However, your home insurance will only cover certain portions of damage to your business. If you are a home-based business and you need insurance, I recommend that you speak to myself or your agent so we can go over the coverages to properly insure your home-based business. So in conclusion, I thank you for coming out tonight and to this virtual session. Again, my name is Yolonda Dorch. As you see on the screen, my contact information. Thank you for listening, and my phone number is there and my email. If you know anyone that have any questions or you may have any questions, please do not hesitate to give us a call at Empire Risk Solutions. So at this time, I'm going to turn the presentation over to the host, and thank you again, and have a good night.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So any further questions while we've got her?
I was just very informative. I wanted to ask about about nonprofit insurance, but you were actually mentioning it with the BOP, which was
Yes.
helpful. So so that was very
Yes,
informative.
yes, there's a lot of information. That's just insurances. There's a lot of information and you need days for this, but I tried to summarize everything as much as I could.
Okay.
Oh.
So, okay, great. So you said for if you're home-based, you need insurance.
Yes,
So,
you should. There are insurances for home-based businesses.
okay, so which one should we need? Which ones or one?
Well, you can, if you have equipment, you can get content insurance for your equipment in your business, like your computer, your desk. If you will only need general liability if clients are coming to your home. If clients are not coming to your home, you will not need general liability. You just definitely need content. You can have professional liability as well, depending on what type of business you are.
Okay. All right. Professional liability. Okay. And then that's E&O insurance as well.
Yes, errors and omissions. Mhm.
Okay.
So if you're an accountant that work from home, you would definitely need E&O.
Okay.
And contents is optional because if you're on a budget and you can only afford one type of insurance, then you go as you grow.
Okay. Okay. All right. So professional liability, and then, okay. Cool. All right. And any other rules of thumb or anything that we should think about with insurance?
Definitely, definitely obtain insurance. It's very important. I recommend that for everyone who has a business or who runs a home-based business. So definitely obtain business insurance.
Okay. Okay.
So if I had talked to you about this briefly as well, like any tips or hints on people who find themselves in a situation where they've been paying for their insurance consistently, but then when they actually need it, they find themselves in an unfortunate space.
Right. So a tip on that is have a good relationship with your agent and communicate, because a lot of business owners, they are in a rush. They don't have time. So make sure you speak with your agent so they'll know what type of business you have and what type of insurance you need. So you won't assume that you have one insurance and you do not have it. See, with my clients, I go through all the insurances with my client. I make sure that their business is secure. And I ask them if they have questions, and I go through each coverage with them. And I also give them optional coverages that they may need. And if they reject it, then they usually sign an addendum if they actually need it, so I can have proof that they were aware that this can be covered.
Okay. So I also hear from you saying like it's better to have a smaller company where people who can talk to you rather than a large corporation. So
yeah,
that's
sometimes that's right, because I'm a small business company and I have a great relationship with my clients. They come in, I speak with them. I never write a policy without explaining the coverages so they can be aware of it, of what they have, and be comfortable for their business. Like certain insurance you may not need if you're a small business and you're just starting out, you have a beauty parlor or a bodega. Certain insurances you don't need. So I wouldn't recommend unless you need that type of insurance. So I'll just make sure you're covered and you have umbrella insurance as well.
okay.
Yeah. So if anyone needs a quote or anything, just my information is there. I'm willing and ready to assist you. And my business don't only write business insurance. We do auto, we do homeowners, we write specialty lines, we write truckers, we write bodegas, restaurants.
So I don't see it listed, but assume you cover equipment as well?
We cover equipment.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're located in Newark, New Jersey. I showed you a picture of the storefront that I have. We're very friendly, professional. So
Do you
come
need an
check us.
appointment or you could just walk in?
You can walk in. I'm right there to greet you. My assistant is there. And we can provide you with the best quality insurance.
Okay, and what's the address?
It's 49 16th Avenue in Newark,
Okay, 4916
side C,
5C. Okay,
side C.
okay, cool.
You can Google us.
All right, excellent. Okay, no, this was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Definitely something every business owner needs to know something about.
Absolutely.
And appreciate you joining us. We do keep the recordings available for people. And actually, let me put a link in the chat.
In fact, it's extra special that we have this recording now because of the issues that I know I was experiencing earlier, and I know at least one other person was, and who knows how many others were having issues as well that couldn't connect, and it gave up without, making this happen. So they can at least come back to the recording and hear the good things that you're saying and get that,
A lot of
information.
information.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It is. How can I get the recording?
Okay, so let's see. We've got, I'm going to put a link in the chat.
Okay.
So we have our BBA online community. And actually, that's something that can be used to join and get access to all the previous recordings.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem, no problem. You're welcome. Okay, cool. So, I think great presentation. I think we've covered a lot. I don't think there's anything we necessarily have to do this evening beyond that, unless someone has anything they want to add.
Any more questions?
Any questions? Anything you want to share?
No, just no question. I just appreciate the information and you sharing your business and the different things that you do with it.
Okay, excellent. And I think next month we will be having our live in-person meeting, but it'll be closer to the end of the month. So we'll get you more details. They're always a great time. So hopefully you can join us there as well.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for participating. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll say have a good evening. I'm sure everybody has other stuff they got to do tonight as well. But thanks for taking time out of your schedule to join us this evening, and look forward to seeing you next time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Good night.